The administration and the board and how the Y is run, I think it's better than ever, and which is really very, very encouraging for me, because the management aspects, they have very good people there, and the board are very involved. They're very active. They're very intent upon continuing and improving the legacy of the Y as an Evanston institution. And I've been to several board meetings, and it's a very engaged and talented group of people, and there's no egos. I mean, everybody really is working together for the common good, which is a very, very nice thing to see. Well, I think certainly one of the major evolutions was the integration of the Y. When I was a youth, growing up, there were two Ys. There was the main YMCA, and then there was the Emerson Street Y, and there was virtually no interaction between them. And it wasn't. I don't remember. I think I was not here when the Ys were integrated, when they came together. But I think that has been very important, and it certainly has enriched the Y, and it's made it a much more inclusive place, and it's made it a place that is really a complete community. It's a complete community resource now, which is nice, and I know that they value that, and as do I. But that was certainly a major evolution in the Y that's occurred since I was young, and also I think the Y. Certainly, the physical facilities have improved. There's two pools now, and the Y has evolved as our society has. I mean, all the fitness center, which is a very big draw. I mean, I go down there and sweat a couple times a week, or try to. But the fitness center, and they have made it a point to keep up with the changing nature of our community, which I think is important. 125 years strong really means, I think, that it has always been there, and it has been solid. It has been the values and the goals of the YMCA they've not changed really. They're the same as they always were. How the Y interacts with the community has changed, and which is a good thing because it's had to. But I think that you look at the stability that the Y has always meant and always had in the community, and I think that 125 years strong is a very succinct and a very powerful way to say that. I would like to see. I mean, I would like to see the Y continue to do what it does, because I think there's some constant values and very important values that the Y espouses and that the Y gives to young people and to adults as well. I mean, I think that the Y needs to stand fast and stay strong for another 125 years. The community is going to change, our lives are going to change, and there's a need for a place that is variable, that can adapt to the times, which the Y has, but which is very true to its values, which I think are very important. Well, I mean, I started out as, I think my third or fourth grade is when I think the Y Club started. I mean, I started as a little kid, and I grew with my friends and made other friends, and throughout the high school years with the Y Club, and it was a social Lexus, a social place to come. And then, of course, I was away for a number of years. But when I returned, the Y was still here, and there was a different role that I took as a parent, and it made me feel good to bring my kids to a place that I remembered and that remembered fondly, and that I had done a lot for me. And it was good to see them get involved. And actually, 2 of our 3 kids went to the preschool. So I mean, they've been Y kids since they were practically able to walk. And it's been nice to know that there is a place in the community that you can come and do athletics and learn social skills and And just a place that's welcoming, that you can come and hang out even. Well, I think it's special because of the diversity and because of the quality of the staff. Certainly, our kids really enjoyed it. They enjoyed coming to it, and it was really the beginning of their exposure to Evanston as a diverse and varied community. And I think that's one thing that I think all of our kids have benefited from. And I can't, my wife and I feel very strongly about this, that our kids have gotten, just throughout their lives as Evanstonians, they've learned how to deal with people and how to include people. And I think, as I like to say, our kids graduated from Evanston High School intellectually smart and street smart. They know what's going on. And I think one of the things that the Y has helped foster is a very strong feeling of community, in that a lot of our kids are actually settling back in this area because they've gone to other parts of the country, they've gone to other parts of the world, and they really like what Evanston is all about, and I think the Y is a large part of that. I think people that become involved in the Y on the parental side or on the guidance side as opposed to the young kids, they do it because they believe it and they believe in what the Y stands for, and that comes through in how they deal with the kids. And certainly I think that's Camp Echo is a wonderful example of that. My wife she's on the ECHO committee as part of the board, and we went up there. We go up there every summer for a board meeting. I'll go up and drop her off, and I'll hang around, and she has the board meeting. But Camp Echo and Brilliant Teen and some of these other programs they're run by people that I think, they're volunteers, most of them, or if they're not volunteers, they're certainly they're there because they want to be. They're there because they really believe in what they're doing. And that shows and that comes through, and I think that's one of the real benefits and one of the real bonding. The true bonding comes from that because people really care about what they're doing. We know we have a lot of personal friends who have been associated with the Y, and their kids have been, and their kids and their grandchildren will be. There's a very good feeling about the Y because. Everybody has good memories of it, and number one. Number two, I think it's because the people that are active in the Y are people that are active in other aspects of the community. They're doers. They're people that really believe in what makes Evanston a good community, and the Y is very much aligned with that. The whole diversity, the aspects of diversity, the aspects of inclusiveness, the activities that are going to help mold young people. I think this is all very, very. I think it's all part and parcel of the same thing, and I think that certainly it's very gratifying for me as a parent to see my kids are now getting involved in activities in the Y in terms of helping on various committees, and they work. A couple of them were junior counselors at ECHO, and they've there's a feeling of giving back, which I think is very important, and I think the Y, that's what the Y is all about, is giving back to the community, and I think that the example of parents doing it, kids will do it, and it builds on itself. To me, the Y is about giving back. I've gotten so much out of it growing up, and actually I've gotten so much out of it because of what it's done for my kids, that I feel very strongly that I'd like to do what I can to give back to the Y and also the community, and because giving back to the Y is in fact helping the community as well. The Y to me has been a broadening place in terms of my perspective on life as a young kid. It's been a fun place. I've got a lot of great memories of some of the fun things that I did that were Y activities. And also it's been a rewarding experience for me to share that with my children. There's always somebody there. They greet you with a smile at the front desk, and it really is. There are aspects of the Y that go well beyond what you think about when you're putting your kid on a bus to Echo, or when you're down there working out or playing basketball or taking a swim, or else going to a Brilliantine show. There's a lot more to the Y than that I know about, that I really have not been that involved in. But certainly one of the wonderful resources that the Y offers is a place for people to live that sometimes need a place to go. And that's the other thing. I mean, it's always there, and it's always open and welcoming. I'm very encouraged by what's happening now at the Y. I mean, it's as I said, it's always been a place that I've been a part of, and you know, I mean, I've been more involved lately than probably I was earlier on, although I did a lot of things as a kid there. But I'm very encouraged to see that the Y, I think, is getting stronger and stronger, and it's very well managed. The physical facilities have never been better. And I think membership, in spite of some of our economic problems that we go through from time to time, I think the membership is strong and growing. And so I think that the Y is going to continue to be a very, very important place in Evanston, and I think that its future is very bright. My wife and I have been very, very pleased to be members, and it's been a very strong family bond for us in terms of the things that the Y has given us over the years. And my wife is very active, and we both tend to be active in the community and I think one of the reasons is the fact that growing up, you know, there were places like the Y that as you reach adulthood, you begin to realize how valuable a resource it is in a community to have a place like the Y, and there are other places too, but certainly the Y in particular. And it motivates you to say, you know, maybe I ought to be doing something to help. And I think that there are a lot of people, and I know there are a lot of people that feel that way, that have benefited from the Y, and because they've benefited from it, when they stop to think about it, they say, you know, I really ought to maybe help out here, and maybe it would make me feel good to do that, and it's made me feel very good to do it over the years.